And welcome to Citi Prime News. My name is Zoe Abubeduado and I'm here with
Hawa Idrisu Mustafa.
Coming up, Western Regional Police arrest 3 in connection with the launch of Wagner-backed military group.
And African countries had the coso into paying Banasha Mokutu Pasam from Bragana has it.
Also coming up, CEO of defunct Men's Gold Ghana Limited, Nana Apia Mensah, granted bail to the tune of 500 million cedis after pleading not guilty to charges brought against him for his involvement in the alleged defrauding of some Ghanaians. Still ahead, healthcare professionals at the Anglo Afia Denigba Health Center in the Volta region demand improved working conditions as the lack of essential equipment hinders healthcare delivery.
If you look at the lab, it's just a window like this. It doesn't have sliding glass for the doors and the windows and no air conditioning. So you can imagine the lab officer take blood samples, processing to work on it to produce a result, and then a car pass and blow all those that.
And later to the Bekwai constituency of the Ashanti region, where electorates have expressed mixed reactions regarding the potential candidacy of retired police officer COP George Alex Mensah in the upcoming NPP parliamentary primaries. This news is also live on all our partner stations across the country. In the Western region, we're on Ajimpa 100.7 FM in Takwa, Sky Power 93.5 FM in Takrade, and Beach 105.5 FM also in Takrade. In the Bono region, Greener FM 95.9 in Sunyane, Ashanti region Focus 94.3 FM in Kumasi, Orange 107.9 FM in the Volta region, Revival 99.3 FM in Tajevu, VOV Radio 95.7 in Hohoi, Northern region Radio Bimbela 91.9 FM in the Upper East, Quality 88.7 FM in Garu, and in the Upper West region on Tunsong 97.3 FM in Wa and Drapa 96.1 FM. Across the globe, we are also on citinewsroom.com. We are also on CityTube on YouTube.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connect you to the newsmakers.
Many thanks for your time. Let's start from the Western region, where the Regional Police Command is prosecuting 3 youth arrested in Diabene, Sekondi Takrade Metropolis, who are suspected of having ties to Russia's Wagner mercenary group. The arrest follows a public deba organized by the youth who were seen wearing and showing the flags of Wagner and Russia. With the help of an alleged sponsor from Australia, the 3 boys mobilized about 20 youth to launch a military group on the Diabene Community Park. However, the police arrested them following a tip-off. The assemblywoman of Fijai, Ramatu Ibrahim, who is in charge of Diabene, confirmed the incident to City News and expressed shock.
I asked the police why they have invaded my area, and I was informed that the young boys were holding a freedom demonstration, which translates into a war against the sitting government. After the boys were arrested, investigations proved that they were unaware of what they were doing because they are being sponsored by an international group. We have heard of coups taking place in the sub-region, and we don't want such a situation in Ghana. The boys are very young. The leader is 25 years and his deputy is 23. It clearly shows they are not aware of what they are doing. I heard they were promised huge sums of money to undertake this activity.
So that was the assemblywoman of Fijai, Ramatu Ibrahim. Let's still stay on this story and speak to a security analyst, Dr. Vladimir Intri-Dan. So thank you so much for your time, sir. Now, let me first pick your thoughts on this development.
Thank you for having me. When I read the report and I saw pictures of their attempt to have a demonstration, etc., I knew that, the geopolitical jockeying between the West, specifically France and the US on the one hand, and Russia, China on the other hand, is something that will be going on for a long time. It's not because of the Ukrainian war alone, but because of what is happening in Africa. And therefore, I wasn't surprised to see that. Of course, every other individual in Ghana has every right to join, to be a fan of any other organization throughout the world. So I thought it was a joke. But when analysis showed that the Russian flags were imported and brought in specifically for this occasion, then I knew that we should be very careful. I think our security agencies should be able to open their eyes very wide and see whether there is any clandestine activity attached to it, whether indeed they are working for Wagner and they are indeed inviting Wagner or they are indeed being sponsored. That's what we should be thinking about.
So what do you suggest we do to prevent such moves by the Wagner Group if indeed they are the ones behind this?
I'm not suggesting that we should do anything against the Wagner Group, no. Because nobody has said that the Wagner Group is dangerous for Ghana or for any other country. They are usually invited by government. But here is a non-governmental organization so-called fans of Wagner. It's like fans of Aretha Franklin or fans of Citi News. They are not dangerous at that point. What I'm saying is that it has some intrinsic link with the geopolitical jockeying that is going on in Africa. And the Americans will not be happy that fans are here for Wagner and fans are calling on Wagner to come in or that kind of thing. But then what we should be doing, going straight to your question, what we should be doing is to be vigilant. In fact, we should be spying on them and noting what they're doing. But if we take them to court for showing Wagner flags, there's no law in Ghana that shows that you cannot be a fan of anybody. I don't think the courts, I'm not talking for the courts, but I don't think that anybody is going to go to prison for committing no crime. There's no crime in hoisting flags for a group, because the group has not been banned in Ghana. So for me, what we're doing is not to be crying wolf when we have not seen the wolf yet. We should be very vigilant and know what activities are going on. How did they get the flags? Is there a direct link? Is Wagner recruiting from Ghana? Because look, it is a paramilitary organization, private military organization, and they have a right to recruit from anywhere. Maybe this is the route through which they will be recruiting. And that's where we should be very careful, because returning jihadists we've known are very, very dangerous. So if these people are being recruited for military operations, when they are returning, we are in danger. That's what we should be monitoring. We should be monitoring them. And we shouldn't panic at this point. There's no panic at this point at all. They are fans. They are enthusiastic young men, oblivious to the fact that this is a security issue. So I'm not panicking. I'm saying we should be watching them very closely.
Okay. Now, the identity of the said sponsor, who is an Australian, according to the report, has not been made known yet. But in the interim, what should our services, our security services be doing?
Surveillance. Serious surveillance. I think they are doing it already. We can intercept some of their messages and whatnot, and then you would know the direction where they're going and who is being instructed to do what. Our security agencies can do this very easily at this embryonic period. We should be monitoring them very seriously, and we can even infiltrate them. I mean, it's done everywhere. You just infiltrate and you get all the facts. And if it is going to be clandestine, you nip it in the bud. But if it's not clandestine and just some fans of Wagner, fans of America, fans of Liverpool, if fans of Liverpool gather in Accra and they want to cheer up, I will go, for example, because I'm a Liverpool fan, and there's no danger to it yet. But now that there are signs that actually people are sponsoring, people are moving in, I am inclined to believe that Wagner wants to recruit from Africa, recruit the unemployed, the huge army of unemployed in the whole of Africa. They want to recruit because they pay well. And if they can recruit so that they use them in fighting African wars, they will be doing themselves that good. So I believe that they are in for recruitment, and that's what we should be monitoring.
All right. Finally, so per your assessment of the situation, this is not an issue that should drag or travel the long haul.
No, I don't think so. But we don't need to be chasing them and that sort of thing. When you put them underground, it's more dangerous. I said we should infiltrate. We should just monitor their activities and be able to know the motive, the end game. What are they looking for? Are they just fans? I have people in my area who are also calling for Wagner to be everywhere in Africa. And this is the moment of fantasy, the changing trends on the African terrain. And people are just fanatic. I have some videos sent to me by colleagues and friends outside. And if you see how most Nigerian youth are ready to be not just fans, but part of Wagner, you wonder. So these are signs of things to come, and we must be watching very carefully. We don't need to panic. We don't need to just quickly bind them to courts and whatnot. They will all be freed. Just follow them and let us know the crimes they are intending to commit. Then we can nip them in the bud.
Thank you so much for your time, sir.
You are very welcome. Thank you.
That was Dr. Vladimir Entry Danso, who is a security analyst.
Now, family members of Victoria Dapa, also known as Majua, who was allegedly killed by her police inspector boyfriend, are accusing the legal representatives of the accused of causing undue delays after the case management conference had to be adjourned. The lawyers for the accused claimed that the video evidence provided as part of the witness statement was not visible. Furthermore, they asserted that they had not been served with the witness statement. As a result, the court adjourned the case to October 13, 2023. The head of the deceased family, Nana Adoberima, said the actions of the accused lawyers is unnecessarily prolonging the process. The family is now raising concerns and calling on Parliament and relevant authorities to enact laws that expedite the hearings of murder cases.
The lawyer of Ametumesi is playing a delay tactics to the family. The judge told the lawyer he demanded whether he have saw the video or the CCTV camera about the case. But when he asked the lawyer said he hasn't seen the video and the evidence clear. So since he does not know how he will defend his plaintiff, then the judge decided to postpone the case to the 13th of October, so that he may go back and view how he can come and defend the client. So what the family is demanding is the lawyer to have mercy on the case, so that he can go and look back to the video and how he can proceed the case very quick for the family, because we are very annoyed.
Nana Adoberima is the head of the deceased Victoria Dapa family.
The chief executive officer of defunct gold dealership firm Men's Gold Ghana Limited, Nana Appiah Mensah, has been granted bail to the tune of 500 million with 4 sureties, none to be justified. He has also been directed to deposit his passport at the court registry as part of the bail conditions. This follows his plea of not guilty to 39 counts of fraud and money laundering charges, which he is standing trial for, together with Men's Gold Ghana Limited and Brew Marketing Consult. Hansen Ajiman is a man who went to court today, and he joins me on the phone lines. Good afternoon, Hansen. What transpired in court? Give us further details of what lawyers for Nana Appiah Mensah said to pray the court.
So after the plea of Nam1 was taken, the lawyer for Nana Appiah Mensah, Kwame Akufo, was given the opportunity to make his oral application before the court for bail. In his bail application, he indicated that since the case started in 2019, Nana Appiah Mensah has been on bail and he has met all his bail conditions. He has not, under any circumstance, decided to flee the territory or the country. And so the court, per his previous conduct as far as this case is concerned, when it was at the circuit court, should grant him bail. He also went ahead to indicate that if you look at the facts of the case brought by the prosecution, the Men's Gold Ghana Limited was a collapsed by the Securities and Exchange Commission. However, if you look at the 39 counts, none of them relate to any breach on any SEC provisions. And he thinks that these are made-up charges just in line with the public outcry and the public perception about the activities of Nana Appiah, and he believes that this is unfair. So he essentially then prayed the court to grant him bail and to maintain those conditions that were given to him in 2019. That's bail surety of 5 million Ghana cedis with 2 sureties, none to be justified. He went beyond this point. The Deputy Attorney General, who led prosecution today, did not oppose this bill application. He, however, made the point that his passport should be taken by the court to prevent any form of Namwan trying to flee the country. Now, after the court hearing the arguments of both sides, the court decided that the bill condition should be set at 500 million Ghana cedis. Now, this is in relation to the fact that the state is saying that over 1.68 billion Ghana cedis have been lost as a result of the activities of Nana Appiah and his company, Men's Gold Ghana Limited, as well as Bill Marketing Consort. So it was set at 500 million Ghana cedis with 4 sureties. However, none is expected to be justified.
Were customers of Men's Gold present?
Well, a handful of customers are here. They have banners with inscription of some departed Men's Gold customers. So they have a list of about 20 to 30 customers who have been printed on a banner who are dead at the moment. And according to them, they've died as a result of the hardship that have been brought upon them due to the activities of Men's Gold Ghana Limited, or their money is being locked up by the Men's Gold Ghana Limited.
All right, thank you very much. That was my colleague Hansen Ajuman reporting from the court. And the story is that the chief executive officer of defunct gold dealership firm Men's Gold Ghana Limited, Nana Appiah Mensah, has been granted bail. Let's now hear from Deputy Attorney General Alfred Tia Yeboah.
Since this matter involves a lot of people, calling a lot of witnesses, people who invested to state their stories. And so hopefully by the time we come back on the 27th, you have the full complement of the witnesses that we call. But I can just only let you know that we are going to call a lot of witnesses to establish our case.
The lawyer of the accused sought to claim that you had some inconsistencies in your facts, and that even SEC that closed them down, you did not state any law at all for which they've broken as far as the SEC Act is concerned.
You see, as counsel for the accused person, that is the job that he's supposed to do as defense counsel. That's why I indicate to the court that we disagree with the theory that he has propounded. On our side, we are looking at what the law says. We are looking at the various breaches. So if you have not mentioned SEC law, it doesn't mean that ordinary cases has fallen. No, we know what we are doing, and we know where we can get the evidence to nail the accused person.
He seemed to be concerned that you just seem to have bundled 39 counts, because what his client essentially was doing was just that it was not regulated, and you've bundled 39 counts that one may even get him.
You see, the fact is, I think his client had a thinking that having established certain entity, no law will catch him, so to speak. But we've also delved deep into the law. We've come up with these charges. Let's wait and see whether these charges are not the right charge that we have to prefer against the accused persons. We are of the humble opinion that this is a matter that we must apply to the court for an expedited hearing. So at the case management stage, we'll put up that application and request the court, subject to the court's convenience, to have this matter heard on daily basis. We want this matter to be heard so that those depositors can know their fate, so the accused person can also know his fate.
That was the Deputy Attorney General, Alfred Tia Yeboah, in that interview with Hansen Ajuman. This is still Citi Prime News. Still to come, Healthcare professionals at the Anglo Afiadenimba Health Center in the Volta region demand improved working conditions. We'll bring you details of this and other stories when we return from this break. Please stay with us.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connects you to the newsmakers.
It's time for the ultimate corporate sports gathering, the Citi Business Olympics 2023. Get ready to unleash your competitive spirit and showcase your athletic prowess as we bring together the best of the best from the corporate world. From traditional sports like seven-a-side football, basketball, sack race, and volleyball to unique challenges like tug of war and arm wrestling, there's no shortage of excitement and adrenaline pumping action. So gather your colleagues, lace up your sneakers, and get ready to compete in the Citi Business Olympics. It's time to show off your skills, build connections, and have a blast in the ultimate corporate sports extravaganza. To register your company to participate, call 0205 973 973 or 0558 973 973 now. Which company will emerge as champion and which CEO will win the Ultimate CEO's Challenge at the Citi Business Olympics 2023? We'll find out on 30th September 2023. Venue, Eden Heights Sports Complex. Wager, time 8 a.m. The Citi Business Olympics 2023 is powered by Citi TV with support from Citi FM and proudly sponsored by Lozati Lozenges from Unicom Chemist Limited, EK Brand Consult, Blue Jeans Energy Drink, and Hollard Insurance.
Are you faced with this challenge and will want to learn more about automobile maintenance to avoid such frustrating moments? Tune in every Thursday at 4 p.m. on 97.3 Citi FM as we bring you the solutions to all your automobile problems on the Total Energies Auto Show, proudly sponsored by Total Energies Ghana.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connects you to the newsmakers.
You're welcome back to Citi Prime News. Now, finance lecturer at the University of Ghana Business School, Professor Lord Mensah, has expressed fears that Ghana's already dwindling investor confidence will further be exacerbated as government struggles to bring debt levels to sustainable path. His comments come on the back of the International Monetary Fund IMF's latest quarterly report, which puts Ghana as the leading borrower of IMF loans in Africa. Per the report, Ghana's debt at the IMF increased by 35 over the period under consideration, which translates into 9.55% of the 17.68 billion special drawing rights in total loans still owed by Africa countries to the fund. Professor Mensah, who attributes that development to Ghana's continuous appetite for balance of payment support from the IMF rather than funds for economically viable projects, says the country risks a favorable position.
So I'm not surprised at all because anytime we go to IMF, it's like we are going for a bailout and whatever they give us. So from where I sit, yes, indeed, we have borrowed from IMF. So I feel comparative to comparing to other countries. You know, other countries may borrow for a purpose, and for that matter, they'll be able to pay the money back because wherever they are going to put the money in, we start generating cash flows to pay back. But we go for, bailout. And if you take the current bailout that we went for, which is 3 billion, the first tranche that was released, which is about 600 million, we use it for balance of payment support, which you will not see any physical activity for it. But of course, one is the debt information. Anybody that is, dealing with Ghana will be careful because the ability to pay for your debt, by the quantum of money that you owe. And so if, there is a ranking which has indicated that Ghana is the highest borrower of IMF funds, then it tells you that it's a country that if you are dealing with them in terms of extending your funds to them, you have to be careful. And possibly even if it's FDI, you may have to look at how this debt will affect the stability of the exchange rate.
Professor Lord Mensah is an economist and finance lecturer at the University of Ghana Business School.
The Ghana Union of Traders Association GUTA in the Ashanti region is maintaining its stance on the potential closure of shops if there are ongoing discussions with the Ministry of Trade and Industry and other stakeholders do not yield satisfactory result. The group has set a 2-week deadline for both the government and the Customs Division of the Ghana Revenue Authority to address what they perceive as persistent discrimination and intimidation by officials of the Customs Division. Speaking to Citi News, the Ashanti Regional Chairman of the association, Anthony Opon, reiterated the association's hope that the government will take the action to resolve the issues.
We are lost as to how goods cleared at the ports, duties paid, cleared at the Bunsu barrier, cleared at the Kubasi barrier, all of them become underpaid as soon as we cross these two barriers. So we felt the customs DRA are not dealing with that fairly because the irony of the issue is what we are going through was not happening in the region, especially in the Greater Accra region, where we have most of the containers that goes out of the port going. Nothing of that sort was not happening there. So we felt there was some discrimination, some intimidating, some clear agenda to destroy businesses in the Ashanti region. There has been some engagements which hasn't led to any finality, but we are hoping for the best. And we're hoping that by the close of the 2 weeks of meeting that we gave to the government, there will be something good out of the engagements that we are having so that we all avoid any demonstration or whatever it is. But if you don't hear any good thing, then it means we have to go ahead and do the demonstration as we promised.
That was the Ashanti Regional Chairman of GUTA, Anthony Opon.
A former Minister of Environment, Science, Technology and Innovation, Professor Kwabena Frimpong Boateng, says governments which succeeded the late Dr. Kwame Nkrumah have failed to transform Ghana. Professor Frimpong Boateng argues that past presidents did not implement developmental projects and programs needed to push the economy to a desired state. Speaking on the point of view on Citi TV, Professor Frimpong Boateng said there's the need for political leaders to prioritize the growth and progress of the nation.
We haven't had any transformational leadership since Nkrumah.
Since Kwame Nkrumah?
Yes.
So even Rawlings in 19 years was not transformational?
No, I mean, if Rawlings was transformational, 19 years, we have made it,
But it was under him that you set up the cardio center.
Yeah, but he didn't set it up. He helped, but when I was going to Germany, he was not the head of state. I went when the champion was head of state. Nobody gave me scholarship. I went on my own. I studied on my own and came back. Nobody paid my fare or anything. I came back. But he was head of state and he helped. And I'll give him full marks for that.
So even Kufuor was not transformational?
No.
So your standard for transformation is very high.
You're
talking
high.
Like Lee Kuan Yew, from third world to first world type of transformation.
I said it. You know what he said? When he became, he was 30 something. He said, look, we saw the greed and decadence in Asia, Southeast Asia, and we had a sense of mission not to be part of that thing. So from the very beginning, he said it. And so working with science and technology, he was able to prepare Singapore from third world scholar to this affluence in 25 years. Otherwise, they'll be slaves in their own country. You imagine we are borrowing so much money from the Chinese and so on. I mean, a time will come, debt to GDP ratio is now close to 100%. A time will come, they will demand their money. If you're not able to pay, they will take some of your assets and be here for about 1,000 years.
Professor Kwabena Frimpong Boateng is a former Minister of Environment, Science, Technology and Innovation.
Healthcare professionals at the Anlo Afiedenigba Health Center in the Keta municipality of the Volta region are advocating for improvement in their workplace conditions. They are voicing their concerns due to a significant lack of essential equipment required to deliver proper healthcare services. The authorities responsible for overseeing the health center say the shortage of equipment is greatly hindering healthcare delivery. They are calling for immediate action to address the challenges with the primary objective of enhancing the quality of care provided to their valued patients. Desmond Salasiago, reporting for Citi News, provides more details in this report read by Ajua Tinkrama.
Nestled approximately 10 meters from an unpaved road, the Anglo Afiadeniba Health Center faces a multitude of challenges that directly impact healthcare delivery to over 20 communities in the vicinity. The dusty environment generated by speeding vehicles on the Anglo Afiadeniba Keta route has resulted in increased health complications for patients seeking treatment at the center. This undesirable condition underscores the urgent need for a cleaner and more hygienic environment. One of the most conspicuous shortcomings in the center's infrastructure is the absence of an emergency van, which is crucial for swiftly transporting patients to larger medical facilities. Currently, the only available means of patient transportation is via motorcycles, posing significant risk to both patients and healthcare providers. During a visit to the facility, an 85-year-old patient was observed being transported on a motorcycle to seek treatment at another facility. The Anglo Afiadeniba Health Center is grappling with alarmingly low staffing levels, severely impeding personnel rotation. This shortage of healthcare professionals not only places immense pressure on the existing staff, but also adversely affects the overall quality of health provided to patients. Madame Juliet Anaglo, the principal physician assistant at the center, has highlighted these challenges.
The road is so dusty to the extent that anytime that motor riders and a car pass, it blows dust into the facility. And this is affecting service delivery starting from the lab. If you look at the lab, it's just a window like this. It doesn't have sliding glass for the doors and the windows and no air conditioning. So you can imagine the lab officer take blood samples, processing to, work on it to produce the result. And then a car pass and blow all those dust. So you cannot work on this and it's affecting our service delivery from the lab too. If you come to our procedure room where maybe somebody was injured, we have to switch out, do wound dressing. The roof is leaky. If you look at even my consulting room, it's leaky. You see the small bucket that I put there. When it is raining, I have to put the bucket here so that the bucket will be collecting the rainwater. If not, a client sitting here will be wet by this thing. And if you look at our store, medicine is supposed to be in a cool environment to keep their potency. But we don't have AC at the lab. And the same way the car blow dust, you see how the facility is near the roadside. So all those dust are entering into the store, making the medicine so dirty, and then the room temperature.
Juliet Anaglo has also drawn attention to the issue of incomplete structures at the facility, which has forced patients to share lavatory facilities with the general public. This situation not only compromises patient privacy, but also raises significant health and safety concerns.
If I go and show you where the staff and the clients, the lab officer order that go and produce urine and bring it to me to test. If I show you the place that they go and produce the urine, you will be ashamed. No washroom for staff and the client. And some people come running diarrhea. I will show you the public toilet that the client uses with the community nearby. Yeah, when I came, I saw some blocks packed down. I saw some gravel. I saw some sand. And I saw some foundation laid. I was told one of the chief, Toby Akamu the fifth, one of the chief from Anglo Afiadeniba Center here, Agonuga division in particular, promised to come and build a washroom for us. But as I told you, I'm here almost 2 years now. We are appealing. The community is supporting in a way, but...
Furthermore, the health center is grappling with a severe shortage of essential equipment, particularly in the laboratory and labor unit. This lack of resources hampers the center's ability to conduct critical tests and provide adequate care during childbirth. In charges at the laboratory and labor units, speaking to Citi News, have expressed their urgent need for equipment upgrades.
What we need is a correct structure, a sample room to be partitioned, so that patient safety can be assured, fix sliding glasses and then an AC so that the temperature and then the dust can be controlled. And that way we can be assured of the longevity of our equipment. We can be assured of the potency of our kits. And then by this we can be very sure that we are giving out quality services to our clients.
In a week, we take care of at least by 35 clients in a week. And moreover, since we take more clients, what we need in this facility is one BP apparatus. For the BP apparatus we have in this unit is only one. We use for both the pregnant women and those in labor. So when pressure comes to the BP apparatus, it doesn't function again, and moreover, give us high record of BPs. And secondly, too, we are in need of delivery bed. Delivery bed we have here is only one. And when client comes 2-3, we find it difficult to deliver them because there's none bed for them to lie on it or to help us to deliver them. Thirdly, too, we need beds and bed sheets. Bed in the sense that when after client delivers, we have to send them to a lying-in ward for them to sleep for re-observing them for 24 hours before them going home. So the bed too is inadequate for us together with the bed sheet. Another one is the fridge. We as a midwife, we have some vaccine called oxytocin that we use for clients or those who are in labor. And since we don't have fridge, we used to send it to different units, which enables us the in and the to and fro. We find it difficult.
Juliet Amavi Anaglo, a physician assistant at the Anglo Afiadeniba Health Center, who guided the team during their facility visit, has made an appeal for additional beds. The current capacity of only 4 beds is woefully insufficient to accommodate patients, and more beds are desperately needed to meet the demand for healthcare services at the center.
The whole facility have only this room for detaining clients, men, female, and children. No privacy. So if a man comes and the condition demand a detainee, we bring the person here. Female, sometimes you want to give injection. Somebody's misses, you have to expose the bottles for a man also to be seen. So it's also another challenge for us. We have other rooms like the procedure room and then the cremate room. They are big enough. So if we can get bed and mattresses, we can improvise some of the places, and then male can be kept a different place from the female. But as at now, we miss all men and women and children in this small room containing 4 beds. It's another challenge that we are facing.
The report was put together by Volta Regional Correspondent Desmond Salasi Ago and read to you by Adjoa Tinkrama Domina.
The Ayawaso West Municipal Assembly has reimbursed 238 Ghana cedis initially allocated for administrative purposes from the Assembly's Common Fund. During a Public Accounts Committee hearing held in Ho in the Volta region, the Municipal Chief Executive for the municipality, Sandra Osu Ahinkra, defended the utilization of 751,000, which was also taken from the Assembly's Common Fund. Let's take a listen to what transpired at the committee sitting.
Paragraph 309 is overutilization of DACF and rental property of you paid 100. You were supposed to use 197, but you actually used 751,000 Ghana cedis for rental property. That is 38% more than you were supposed to. Are you still renting?
Yes, please, Mr. Chairman. But they have started our assembly block and it will be done very soon.
I'm sorry?
They have started working on our assembly block, yes, but we are still renting.
But it says that finance officer explained that the overutilization was due to rent accommodation paid on behalf of the chief executive.
Please, this was the assembly block, and it has been refunded back into the DACF account as recommended.
Now, your administrative expenses, you were supposed to use 197, but you used 283. Has this amount been...
Yes, please. It has been refunded. At that time, the landlord was on our neck So we had to channel the money from common fund, but it has been refunded.
Auditors, could you confirm what she just said?
We can confirm an amount of 89,734. But this morning, we were told that the balance of 550,000 has been refunded, which we are yet to confirm.
Madam, when did you pay that 500, over 500,000 Ghana cedis?
We have the receipt here, please. It was paid.
The question was when?
About 2 weeks ago, please.
But this audit was more than a year ago, about a year and a half. And did you refund it just because we were coming to meet the Public Accounts Committee?
No, please. No, please.
Isn't that a coincidence?
Please, we have refunded the amount.
The MCE further clarified that its COVID-19 fund was utilized to provide essential education support to 15 schools within the Ayawaso West municipality. This clarification was in response to the committee's allegations of non-utilization of the COVID-19 fund.
The case of the auditors against you is that you failed to utilize your COVID-19 funds. Strangely, you have so much money, you are not bothered to utilize. The recommendation is very simple, that you should put the money to use and liaise with other stakeholders. September 2023, what's the status?
It has been utilized. In fact, payment has been made to the Ghana Health Services. It was used for sensitization in all the basic schools.
What was the nature of the sensitization?
In fact, we did 12 to 15 basic schools sensitizing them on, yes please, on the COVID-19.
Have you brought this to the attention of the auditors?
Yes please, we have.
Auditors, can you confirm that they have sensitized the basic schools accordingly?
We can confirm the sensitization of the basic school. Thank you.
You heard the Municipal Chief Executive for Ayawaso West, Sandra Owusu Ahinkra. This is still Citi Prime News. Still to come in the bulletin, we'll take it to the Bekwai constituency of the Ashanti region, where electorates have expressed mixed reaction regarding the potential candidacy of retired police officer COP George Alex Mensah in the upcoming NPP parliamentary primaries. Please stay with us.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Updates you on all the running stories and connects you to the newsmakers.
You know the now. You are living the now. You feel secure in the now. But what about tomorrow? What happens when you can no longer do the things you love? What happens to your loved ones when you are no longer here? Get Mikakrawa from Prudential Life now and protect your future and that of your loved ones. With as little as 3 Ghana cedis, Mikakrawa covers you in case of death, total and permanent disability, or critical illness.
Fafu this year. Nadal star 778 ash. Oh, I'm telling you this year. Come on this year. Down this year.
See, no one knows tomorrow. No one knows tomorrow. Anything can happen. Once more, you will fit enjoy to sorrow. In such times, we rely on insurance. Charlie, no need to borrow.
With the complexities of issues happening around us on a daily basis, it's the hard-hitting conversations and probing questions of the point of view that teases apart the twisted entanglements of politics and governance, as well as religious and social discourse. The Point of View brings you the policymakers and duty bearers and drills down to the very bottom of issues. The Point of View airs every Monday and Wednesday at 9 p.m. only on Citi TV.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Updates you on all the running stories and connects you to the newsmakers.
You're welcome back. Let's go to the Ashanti region now, where some delegates and electorates of the New Patriotic Party, the NPP, in the Bekwai constituency of the Ashanti region have expressed mixed reactions regarding the potential candidacy of retired police officer COP George Alex Mensah in the upcoming NPP parliamentary primaries. The incumbent Member of Parliament for the area, Joseph Osei Owusu, who also serves as First Deputy Speaker of Parliament, has announced his decision not to seek re-election. Notably, COP George Alex Mensah, who is currently under investigation by a parliamentary committee due to his alleged involvement in a plot to oust the current IGP, appears to be one of the 6 frontrunners in the race. Some party members have claimed that COP George Alex Mensah enjoys the support of the incumbent MP, while others believe that Ralph Poku Edusei will provide stiff competition.
It depends how you talk to delegate, how you relate with them, and then the work you will do on the grounds. This time around, the elections is about the youth. They decide everything. So it's how you work on the grounds.
Even on in the primaries?
Yes. If you don't read the primaries, you cannot go. So it's how you work on the grounds, your communication, your relationship.
So if he performs well, if that's that one well, he can win. Is that what you
Exactly.
You had an electorate in the Bekwai constituency. Now, one of the aspirants, Kingsley Opoku-Agyeman, who is the Central Regional Free Senior High School Coordinator, is also confident of victory.
So the neutral thing that we should get somebody who will be a neutral person, a unifier, to bring these two factions on board. If you look at the scenario, that's why people want me to come. Because they know that I've actually lived with them and I've worked with them. And I've been a delegate before. So if there is a tension, they should bring somebody who appeals to both factions. I'm going to capitalize on that and bring them on board. I've told them that within my first 3 months, if they give me the nod, I will do what Kufuor did in Ghana here, when he set up a reconciliation team to unify the country. And that's what I'm going to do, because I believe we have a lot of talents here, but the division has even affected the party itself. If you look at 2020, there was an independent candidate who pulled over 22,000 votes. So if you don't get somebody who can bring all these people on board, although the party may sometimes win, but it will affect the presidential votes as well. So the people know, and they are even urging me to come on board so that I break that chance.
Kingsley Opoku-Agyeman is the Central Regional Free Senior High School Coordinator and MPP parliamentary aspirant for the Bekwai constituency.
Now, Ghana is unlikely to meet all 17 Sustainable Development Goals, that is SDG target, by 2030, a development resulting from the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic and Russia's invasion of Ukraine. This is according to the SDG's Advisory Unit at the Office of the President in reaction to the UN's concerns over the slow pace of implementing the goals across the globe. Deputy Director at the unit and Special Advisor to the President on SDGs, Felix Yobo, in an interview with Citi News, said it will be challenging for Ghana to achieve targets specifically in sanitation, plastic pollution and access to infrastructure by 2030.
Areas where, and I'll be candid with you, where we are struggling and we are unlikely to achieve the target, we don't significantly gain. It's one area is patient access to sanitation, where the figures are currently very low. Open defecation, so it's around 17%, which is not acceptable. Issues around marine pollution, plastic pollution, it's a big one that confronts us, and we need to work on, find innovative solutions. Another area is access to infrastructure. We have a huge gap in infrastructure. Deficit is one big area. Managing our slum is another area that we need to put in enormous effort to address these challenges, to improve the well-being and welfare of Ghanaians, and also the health of our planet and the ocean.
That was the Deputy Director at the SDG's Advisory Unit, Felix Yobo.
Commuters travelling along the Bamboiwa Highway have been advised to use alternative routes. This redirection comes in the wake of the bridge connecting Bole and Dudoli being washed away last Sunday. The Bole to Wa Highway, which is the shortest and most significant route connecting the Upper West region to the southern part of Ghana, has been severely affected by this incident. In this following report, Citi News' Savannah regional correspondent Richard Fogo provides more details.
Passengers journeying to and from the Upper West region utilizing the Bamboiwa Highway are now resorting to risky methods such as canoes to cross the Dolly Bridge in the Savannah region. This dire situation transpired after the bridge was completely washed away following hours of heavy rainfall on Sunday. This road serves as the sole connection between the Upper West region and the southern parts of the country. Consequently, trucks transporting goods have been left stranded in Bole, and individuals are compelled to resort to canoes or swimming to navigate this now treacherous route. Idrisu Adams, a native of Bole who works in Wa, shares his harrowing experience.
When I was coming from Bole, you could see right from the riverside or the stream side up to Bole, articulator trucks are all parked there. And so if these articulator trucks are carrying perishable goods, then we are sure that all these goods will get spoiled. Then people who are afraid of the canoe and those who cannot even walk across like I have done, some of them are going back to Bole. And so it's very serious. A lot of people will not be able to cross. And if you have to cross, then you have to go back to Bamboy and then use a shortcut to Kintampo. And this morning, there was a brother that came from Tamale, and he told me that that road too is also not very good. And so the safest is to Techiman, through Kintampo to Mpaha Junction, or we call it Fufu, so then you can now access Damango and Sola.
The Savannah Regional Minister, Said Muaz Jibril, who inspected the affected area alongside the Upper West Regional Minister, informed the media that the Ministry of Roads and Highways is awaiting the water levels to recede before initiating any diversionary measures.
You know, there was a dam here that broke its banks, and then that led to the washing away of this bridge. And I have information that it was built somewhere in 1993. And since then, we've been doing spot improvements on the road. But the major works have not been done. But so far, we've seen that the level of destruction is something that we have to take seriously, and also to make sure that we get the road more travel very, very soon. And so in so doing, we are already in talks with the Ministry of Roads, and then the chief engineer has recommended a contractor who will be coming to site very, very soon. But looking at the level of destruction to the culvert or the bridge, it means that work is not going to be done on the main bridge, on the main road. So what we are trying to do in the interim is to make sure that a diversion is created when the water recedes. You can still see the level of water running. So it means that we have to wait until such a time that the water recedes before this contractor can come and do a diversion, so that at least it will take off the burden from motorists and passengers to take the route all the way from Tijimai through Kintampo, through Damango, and to join the main road again. And you can see my colleague from Upper West here, because he's going to be more hit by this disaster that we are seeing here.
Hafiz bin Saleh, the Upper West Regional Minister, emphasizes the severe impact this incident has had on his region.
Although this is in the Savannah region, we are the one that is severely hit, because this route is the main route that feeds into the Upper West region, particularly from the southern part of our country. So when the information got to me, and indeed you were the first to inform me about this disaster, so immediately I contacted my colleague, the Savannah Regional Minister, and then he confirmed. So we decided that this morning we'll be here to see things for ourselves. But even before coming here, we had made contacts with the road minister, the chief director, the chief executive of the Ghana Highway Authority, to ensure that we get a speedy remedy to what has happened. The Upper West region is severely hit.
Tell me as the frustration for you people, because I know that you have to do another 250 kilometers to do a detour to Bole.
Yes.
Or from Bole or to Tachiman, yes, coming to Upper West.
Yes.
Tell us the frustration.
No, it's highly frustrating, because if you are going from Wa, you get to Bole, then you divert to Damango, to Fufulso.
Get to Sola.
Yes, Sola. Yes, Damangu, Fufulso, and then to Techiman. It's too long a route for us to. So that is why I indicated that we will ensure that the road is fixed as soon as possible. But as you all know, we are in the peak season of the raining period. So nothing for now can be done. We have to wait until the rains subsides, the weather resides, and then we will create a diversion, and then before a major bridge will be constructed.
In the interim, travelers to and from the south will need to utilize the Techiman Kintampo Fufulso and Fufulso Solar highways, adding an additional 250 kilometers to their journeys.
So commuters from the Upper West and the south of Ghana are having to do an additional 250 more kilometers through Kintampo and the Solar Fufulso highways to make their journeys. This is because the bridge at Doli that is linking the two sides have been washed off following heavy rains yesterday. The regional ministers of the Savannah and Upper West regions say road engineers are waiting for waters to recede before they see how they can create a diversion. In the meantime, some commuters are resorting to canoes or either swimming to be able to cross the two sides. Urgent steps have to be taken to be able to make lives a bit bearable for people in this part of the country. For Citi News, I am Richard Fogo, Doli.
Now let's do some other stories, and as part of the observance of this year's Sickle Cell Disease Awareness Month, Telecommunication Network AT is hosting a blood donation drive aimed at providing vital support to individuals battling with sickle cell anemia. AT has been conducting this event annually since 2021. In an interview with Citi News, the head of Brand and Communication, Nancy Aso Esiedu Amrade, underscored the significance of the exercise as a meaningful means for the organization to contribute to the betterment of society.
You know, September is Sickle Cell Awareness Month, and worldwide is being commemorated. And we've been giving back to society, donating blood. Last year we did one with the blood service from Kolebu, and we are doing the same today. So we've got staff coming here to donate. We also extended the invitation to our fans online, customers, and we also invited the institutions around. So we are all donating blood with the aim of dedicating this solely for sickle cell patients. So all the blood being given out today is dedicated for our sickle cell warriors. That's how we call them warriors, because we are in this together. We are fighting and battling for the disease.
That was the head of Brands and Communications of Telecommunication Network AT, Nancy Aso Esiedu Amrade.
And that'll be all for this edition of Citi Prime News, which came to you live from our studio at number 11, Dr. Martin Loop in Adabraka, Accra. Some of the stories we brought you: Western Regional Police arrest 3 in connection with the launch of Wagner-backed military group, and also CEO of defunct Men's Gold Ghana Limited, Nana Appiah Mensah, granted bail to the tune of 500 million cedis. We're live on a number of our partner stations in the Western region: Adrian 100.7 FM in Takwa, Beach 105.5 FM in Takrade, Sky Power 93.5 FM in Takrade. In the Bono region, Green FM 95.9 in Sunyane, Ashanti region, Focus 94.3 FM in Kumasi, Orange 107.9 FM also in Kumasi. In the Volta region, Revival 99.3 FM in Tajivu, VOV Radio 95.7 in Hohoi. Northern region, Radio Bimbala 91.9 FM, Upper East Quality 88.7 FM in Garu, Upper West, Tunsong 97.3 FM in Wa, and Jirapa 96.1 FM. For more news, log on to citinewsroom.com. My name is Zoe Abubeduado, and I was here with
Hawa Idrisu Mustafa.
Many thanks for your time.
Citi 97.3.